Okay, we've seen how the bookmakers make their money by offering odds that are less favorable than they should be. What does it mean for the punter? Well, I'm going to have a look at ways that they increase those profits, but start by looking at Bet365 company accounts. I'm taking the year ended the 28th of March 2021, and in there you can see that they have actually made an operating profit of just over £341 million, which is quite impressive. £341 million. In a minute, I'm going to look at some of the ways that they increase those profits as much as possible. I just want to mention the football club for the 2021 turnover was just over 29 million, with admin expenses coming in at over 85 million, giving them a loss of nearly 56 million pounds as a football club, which Bet365 are looking after. I've added in the 2022 just in case I'm accused of any bias, because the figures don't look quite so good or quite so bad, whichever way you want to look at it. On the sports side, so the Bet365 betting side, the operating profit showing at just over 41, nearly 42 million. But on that, I would say have a look. The turnover is up slightly, so it doesn't seem to be an issue with the turnover, and the admin expenses have gone up. And I'm told that they've spent a lot of money setting up new operations and IT to go with it. Football club looks a little bit better, so I don't know what's happened there exactly, but it's still running at minus 26 million. So I think the regulators are going to have their work cut out to turn some of these football clubs around, and that's going to be an almighty task. I'm starting to digress back to the matter in hand. How do the bookmakers make these incredible profits? Now, what I've got in front of me on this spreadsheet is an accumulator calculator, and we're just working on scenarios where there's two outcome options. And we work on the basis that fair price over here is evens, which is a decimal of 2, and we've worked that out by evens, which is 1 to 1. Add the two sets of odds, the left and right together, to give you 2 divided by the right hand side of 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So that's a fair price decimal. On the left hand side, I've set it up with odds of 10 to 11. And again, because we're going to do accumulators, we actually need to multiply these odds together, and we need to convert those to decimals. So again, take the left and the right added together. 10 plus 11 gives us 21, divided by 11 on the right, and a decimal of 1.91 to 2 decimal places. Now, in terms of the accumulators, I've got on here, we go 1 all the way down to 10. And so let's look at the 10 selection accumulator. Now, fair price, as far as we're concerned, evens with a decimal of 2, and you multiply those all together, so it gives you 1024. So it actually should be 1023 to 1. Now, taking the 10 to 11, a 10-fold, multiply those odds together, gives you 643. So in fact, what you can see here is that each selection, the margin for the bookmaker increases. So it starts at 5% and it keeps going up all the way. So when you've got 10 selections, it's 159% book. So again, looking at it this way, that for every £159 that you invest, you get £100 back on average. And looking at the other way around, fair value, it's a pound that you started with before the bet actually starts running is now down to 63 pence. So I would say that overall, that's actually not too bad. Now, I said before, what type of bookmaker do you have? Do they give you 10 to 11, or do they give you maybe 5 to 6? And let's have a look and see what happens when I get it right. When I get it right, 5, the wonders of science. There we go, 5 to 6. So now let's have a look. 5 to 6, the decimal, add the 2 together, gives you 11 divided by the right-hand side of 6. 11 over 6, 183. So now your decimals are 183 instead of 191. And the fair price stays the same. Multiplying those odds together gives us that 1024. But now, instead of the 643 that we originally got back if our tenfold came up, we're only going to get 429. So again, I can put that in there. 5 to 6 would give us 429. And now we can see how the percentage has gone up. But the bookmaker's percentage is now 239%. So again, for every £239 on average that you're staking, you will get on average £100 back over a period of time. And again, the fair value or the real value before the bet even kicks off, the pound that you actually invested is now worth 42 pence. So why is this important? Well, we can see straight away if you're going 10 to 11 and you did win, you get 643 back. If you're going 5 to 6, you get 429 back. But more than that, if the bookmaker looks at it and goes, look, these punters, they haven't got a clue what they're doing, what we can do is we just shorten the odds up even more, because they haven't got any idea. So let's go 4 to 6 instead of 5 to 6. And bang, hey presto. Your 4 to 6 tenfold would now only give you 165 back. So we slot that in, 4 to 6, and it only gives you 165. And again, over on this right-hand side, we can see that's a 619% book. So again, starting out with your pound that you invested, it's actually, before everything kicks off, it's actually now just worth 16 pence. So it's no wonder that the bookmakers actually turn around and go, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a 50% bonus for a tenfold. I mean, they could even afford to give you 100% bonus, because it would still only double that value from 16 pence in the pound up to 32 pence. But hopefully what this shows is this is how they make a lot of their money, by these accumulators, because they are high margin, high profit for the bookmaker. We've seen the company accounts, so that would actually sort of confirm what we're thinking. But just for punters in general, it just goes to highlight that regardless whether you're professional or recreational, that actually price is so important. It really is. And let's face it, look at the difference here. That actually, if you took the 10 to 11 and you had a winning tenfold, it gave you 643. And you took 4 to 6, you'd only get 165. So that's goodness knows how many. Let's have a quick look, shall we? If I just take this, so that minus that, 478. And so if you think about if you were doing a pound accumulator and it did win, that would give you 478 more bets to play with. So what am I saying here? I'm saying price is crucial, and it's crucial for everybody. I showed you the Bet365 company accounts, but this isn't unique to them. This applies to all bookmakers. We can see how those accumulators just gradually mount those profits up. But also other things that they do. Cash out is very popular as well, and the casinos where the skill levels are limited, to say the least. And I'll be producing a random number generator for that one to show exactly how those operate. So until next time.